Hello and welcome. In this video, we will be discussing Exchange recovery with Unitrends Virtual Backup. Before I walk you through the process of actually restoring Exchange items, let's first highlight a couple key points that are worth knowing about this solution. Starting with the partnership between Unitrends and Kroll OnTrack. Kroll OnTrack is the solution actually providing the Exchange recovery capability. Now, this is included with the Enterprise Edition of UVB. And the actual OnTrack solution has been around for a number of years, 10 plus years, so it's very well versed when it comes to Exchange recovery, also reinforced by their broad Exchange support that starts with Exchange 5.5 up to and including 2013. The actual integration with UVB is very simple by simply leveraging the file recovery process of UVB to provide access for the Kroll OnTrack solution. And I will show you that in a minute when I walk through the actual product demonstration. Let's now discuss what exactly does the Kroll OnTrack solution provide you with. Recovery can be done at various levels. At the top, starting with the full mailbox, down to including contacts, messages, attachments, counter events. And so if there's any type of object within Exchange you're looking to recover, this can be accomplished through the Kroll solution. The way in which you recover these items can be exported to a PST, MSG, or XML file, or you even have the option of recovering directly back into a live Exchange mailbox for flexibility. On top of that, a couple other areas that are worth knowing about Kroll is you can restore actually across Exchange versions. So let's say you have an Exchange 2007 database and look to restore into an Exchange 2010 database. You can do that with Kroll, which also assists with Exchange migrations and e-discovery purposes. Now, obviously, as an admin, most times you're not getting a lot of information for what you're looking for, so the search criteria within Kroll is pretty robust. Any attribute around an Exchange object can be searched for and captured through the search criteria within Kroll. And to quickly cover the installation process, so I did mention that Kroll is provided with the Enterprise Edition of UVB. It is also packaged together with the UVB download package. If you navigate to the directory called Exchange and SharePoint Recovery, you will then find the exe for the installer of the Kroll solution on a Windows machine. Be aware, though, that you must have Outlook installed on this machine. That cannot support 64-bit Outlook. It must be 32-bit. I find most customers have 32-bit, so this shouldn't be much of an issue. And the machine you install into is of your choosing. It could be a dedicated Windows machine, it could be your local workstation, or it could be on the Exchange server. That's completely up to you, but just must be a Windows machine. The licensing of Kroll is through an INI file that will be provided to you from Unitrends. All you simply do is copy that into the install directory of where you install Kroll into, and Kroll will now be licensed. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the actual demonstration to see exactly how this can be accomplished with UVB and the Kroll OnTrack solution. Okay, so here we are now in the web interface of UVB. You want to accomplish an Exchange recovery. Where do you start? You first want to navigate to the Recover section of the web interface and then identify your Exchange server backup. So here in the bottom we actually have two, one for Citrix and one for VMware. And just know that regardless of the hypervisor, Zen Server, VMware, or Hyper-V, this process would be identical. So I'll expand our Exchange server backup, pick the most recent restore point, and then select Recover Files across the top here. Our restore point is selected. We then can determine how we want to access this data, whether it be CIFS, iSCSI, or NFS. I'm going to leave CIFS as the default selected option. We then submit that request, which then will be exposed from the File Recovery tab here. I then copy the CIF share, and we'll use that to mount Kroll. So I have Kroll installed on my local machine. So from here, I will open up Windows Explorer and paste that CIF share, and then navigate through this virtual machine's backup. What I'm looking for at this point is the directory that houses the database and transaction log files. So once I navigate to that directory, I simply double-click on the EDB, which will then automatically bring up Kroll. It'll auto-populate the fields for the EDB and transaction log file paths. You hit Finish. It'll then mount those databases and provide a list of the mailboxes here in the top left view. So here's our mailboxes. You can then expand the mailbox and view the actual structure of it. I then want to connect to the target, which will be our live Exchange environment. You keep in mind that the Exchange versions that you mount here can be varied. So the backup could maybe be 2007, the target could be 2010, again, being able to assist with migrations across Exchange versions. So our target is mounted. I can expand my live mailbox to view the structure of that. And there's all my messages. So what I could do if I wanted is take the messages from the backup, select the ones I'm looking to restore, and simply drag and drop them into the destination. Simple as that. End user can open up Outlook, tell them to look in the restore folder, they'll find all of their restored messages. Now most times you probably aren't sure what you're looking for because the end user has not given you a lot of information. So in that case, what you can do is search across the backups. So you'll see here the criteria for searching is pretty wide ranging. Keywords, subject, body, attachment, sent from, sent to can be captured in the search criteria. You can even search inside of attachments at the content level as well. So a very nice feature for having that. And once you've identified the search criteria you find now, it'll capture those messages. You can do the same mechanism of drag and drop to the live Exchange environment. Now in the case that you don't want to restore to an actual mailbox, what you can do is simply right-click a message or messages and select the export option. This allows you to export to a PST, MSG, or text file, and then at the bottom identify where you want to export to. Right, so you do have some flexibility around where you're restoring with the Kroll solution. So once you've completed the recovery within Kroll, you just simply close out of everything, and then finally delete the mount point that's being exposed from UVB, exposing that Exchange backup. That would then complete the Exchange recovery with UVB and the Kroll on-track solution. That concludes this video on Exchange recovery with the Unitrends Virtual Backup solution. I'll see you in the next video.